In this video, I will be telling you everything about Takeo, Richtofen, Nikolai, and Dempsey, and their backstory that I think you guys will find very interesting. Will pan out in the Black Ops 7 story. In the intro cutscene for Black Ops 7, we got the ending of the Reckoning where the Requiem team spawn in, but then 4 figures come in to shot with Richtofen saying,
"Welcome to the party."
Then that's where the intro begins, and you hear this mysterious voice. Coming down the stairs is this figure with a cowboy hat, holding 2 chains with skulls in. But people have speculated that this character here, Jebediah Brown, this character created the Pack-a-Punch in Zombies. We've heard little snippets in World at War, Black Ops 1, Black Ops 2, and Black Ops 4. This is people's theory, is this is the main character who created the Pack-a-Punch. So let me know down in the comments what's your thoughts, who is this character, and what has he got planned for the Black Ops 7 story. So here are the characters that we have got in Black Ops 7 that you can play as. You got Weaver, you got Gray, you got Carver, and you got Maya. But then you got the mysterious characters that we've seen before in the previous Black Ops story. So we've got Tank Dempsey. This incarnation of Tank Dempsey is a battle-hardened US Marine who most recently fought through the jungles of 1968 Vietnam with grit, sarcasm, and relentless will to survive. This fractured reality, his distrust of his new companions and the unfamiliar surroundings have turned the otherwise depending soldier into an unpredictable wildcard of the group. Then you got Takeo Misaki, a disgraced Ronin who wandered 1591 fueled Japan without master or honor, carrying the weight of his exile as a yoke he cannot cast off. Bound by a code he only still barely believes, he speaks redemption in the chaos of battle. He's blade both a burden he must bear and judgment on his enemies. Nikolai Belensky. Soviet tank commander Nikolai Belensky arrives in the dark ether from the brutal, mountainous landscape of 1984 Afghanistan, where duty, disillusionment, and the misfortune collided. Scared by war and haunted both by betrayal and his own decisions, he masks his bitterness with dark humor, yet remains a steadfast warrior when the shells began to fall. Then we get to Edward Richtofen. Dr. Edward Richtofen is a brilliant, unhinged scientist who's a hero of the right. Finds himself torn from the 1945 in a world where the Axis powers triumph over the Allied nations. Shaped by ambience and tainted by corruption, he masks his innate sadism and considerable ego behind quick wit and charming smile. He vows that reality itself will unlimitedly bow to his designs. Underneath Edward Richtofen, it says, ripped from their respective timelines, our expanded crew finds themselves thrown together in an alien dimension, accompanied by old friends, uncertain allies, and something far, far worse. So what I find quite interesting is Richtofen, Dempsey, and Nikolai have about 20-year difference between each of the characters, having its own, of course, different timelines. But when it comes to Takeo, what I think most people in the community has come together and have said is that he is from the year 1591. That's about 300-year difference from Edward Richtofen from 1945, making Takeo, because he's from Japan, most likely will be speaking Japanese. That's what the community thinks, is that he will speak mostly Japanese, because if you don't know, the actor Tom Kane had a stroke a few years ago and has retired acting or voice acting, so he won't be doing it anymore. But that is what the community thinks he might be going on in Black Ops 7. Honestly, we'll just have to wait and see next week when the blog post comes out with all things enemy types, wonder weapons, and the mechanics of Black Ops 7 Zombies Ashes of the Dam. Before we leave, this is the artwork for Ashes of the Dam Black Ops 7 Zombies. As you can see here, we've got a zombie bear. So on Monday, they released 4 audio files, and one of them had a zombie bear in it, but also they had a very familiar voice in it. So I shall play the audio file right now. in this artwork, you can see some zombies around the car. This is old Tessie. This is a drivable vehicle in Ashes of the Dam. They have said that the map is like a transit style map. Hopefully we can build the vehicle. If you didn't know, at the back of the vehicle has a pack-a-punch on it. You know, make it easier just to pack-a-punch your weapons when needed. And we've got some new enemy types right here. These small little creatures attached to the car. Some people say these could be denizens, but we shall wait and see on that one. And then in the glasses, we have, this is a floating pyramid. So we leaked a year ago. A pyramid floating in the air is one of the maps. But also in the other side of the glasses, we've got a rocket pad. So we might be returning back to Ascension. That would be very cool to see. And then one last thing before we end the video is we have, here it is, Ashes of the Dam, very creepy, metal, some blood on it, rust, looks very cool. But anyway, thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. And let me know your thoughts on the main villain in Black Ops 7 Zombies. Are you hyped for the old crew to return, knowing their history, especially Richtofen, when he's literally just come, when he's just been drawn from reality, from a war he just won in Germany, and we know what happens in Germany, so it's going to be very interesting to see it play out in the Black Ops 7 Zombies story. But anyway, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.